I hear we have some good One Punch Man news coming up, but that's a separate video we'll be watching. First, let's check out the new images, the new little teasers for One Punch Man Season 3 Episode 5. Shout out to Easy Court.
So we just got 6 new preview images for episode 5 of One Punch Man Season 3,
Okay.
and also we got the official synopsis of the episode itself.
Rover.
And what can I say? It looks insanely good. Yes,
Insanely good? Gyoro looks really good, actually. The overall red aura emanating around and the debris in the background looks good. Monster King Orochi, I think it could look worse. The design, it's going to be tricky, right? Rover, I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Rover. I don't know about that yet. Garo, symmetry, facial structure, shading, blood. I think it looks good.
the 6 new preview images looks really good, and I'll be covering each one of them in a bit. And yes everyone, I need to say this, I have read the next few chapters of the manga, obviously for the context of making this video. So yes everyone, I know what is going to happen in the next episode of the anime itself, and holy shit, I have no idea how they're going to be animating all of the action scenes in the actual episode itself. There's a lot of
Why would he read ahead though? In terms of making content, it's better if you don't know, because you want to give blind theories and stuff to keep it fun and play the game with that. On top of that, even if you have the knowledge, if you spoil your audience in the video explaining what's going to happen, that doesn't really help either. I feel like knowing what's going to happen ahead is very counterproductive in making his type of content, because what's the point? Like, you know what's going to happen, but how does that help your audience? You can't even give the audience that.
Really cool shot of Garo, and I really hope they will be able to nail each one of them. But yes everyone, we'll save that for the actual episode review itself. Now let's take a look at the official synopsis of the episode itself.
Alright.
So here it is. Garo invades the Monster Association and rescues Tario, but is attacked by monsters one after another. He manages to get Tario away, but is attacked by Pochi, an overgrown dragon of disaster
Pochi?
level, and falls deep underground, where the Monster King Orochi and Gyoro are waiting for him.
Who the fuck is Pochi? I thought it's Rover. Did they change the name? Just like Royal Ripper to King Ripper? Pochi sounds like a dog name, like a pet name. I think this is the difference of Rover and Pochi, right?
So yes everyone, since I did read the manga of this particular few chapters that will probably going to get covered in the episode 5 itself, it is no joke that this episode will be full on action with a bit of talking scene.
That's the thing why it's kind of scary what's going to happen with the future episodes, because now it's just like, bro, how are we going to like this is like mostly action now. They're if they fuck up this episode, then there's truly no hope at all, because there's still people coping that like, listen, everything that's happened so far, tutorial stuff, no need, you know. And in the fight too, listen, we already had a pre-animated trailer. There was no need to make extra stuff. They were focusing on the really important stuff, and this is it. Episode 5 onwards, the cope continues. But then again, we were coping really hard in Blue Lock 2, saying, listen, U16, or was it U20? It was the U20 arc, right? It's like, bro, the U20 arc didn't even happen just yet. Why are you fucking dooming about these random ass, you know, tutorial like team selection episodes? Who cares if Karasu looks like he's just floating around? And how did that pay off? The final episode kind of went crazy. There's a couple episodes, you know, on the way to the final episode that was also fucking crazy too, like with Shido, man. So we'll see.
And that is literally in the middle of the fight scene itself. I'm really curious how far they're going to be adapting this episode, because the next few chapters, at least from what I've read, literally has non-stop action here and there. But yes everyone, enough with the synopsis. Let's talk about the 6 new preview images that just got released. As for our first preview image, we got Monster King Orochi and Gyoro in this frame.
And I can only respect that it's 2D here, bro. It's crazy that he's got a mouth for a cock. He's got teeth coming out of his cock. This could have been a really shitty 3G monster with really awkward compositing that doesn't blend with the background elements. It looks okay. I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Next up, we got the monster dog, Pochi, looking
Rover.
at Garo and Tario.
I don't know how I feel about Rover over here. Like the shading, obviously he is entirely black too in the manga. But the anime, in the manga, you know, they don't shade the shit black in the corridors, right? It's more white and black, even though it's nighttime. Therefore, this looks really awkward with the gray outline. You know what I mean? I like the steam, just like the coming out of his mouth, but the overall structure feels awkward due to the darkness surrounding it.
We also got a shot of Garo that pretty much takes place at the same exact fight against Pochi. And then we also got a really cool shot
I like this one. Way more distinct outlining because of the red rather than the weak gray blending with the background.
of Pochi itself. Another frame of Gyoro.
This is the one that looks the best to me. The level of shading and details in the lines on Gyoro with the red aura, with the debris all around. I think this is the best looking image so far.
Gyoro, but it is him alone in this frame. Again, really strong drawing. And for our sixth and final frame, we got
Just Saitama brushing his teeth. Shoutouts to Nisei Monogatari.
Saitama brushing his teeth. Yes, everyone, that is all he does. Now let's talk about each frame one by one. So let's start off with the actual King Orochi frame that looks insanely detailed. Look at that, man. Oh my goodness. Well, yes, this is pretty much a still image because, well, in the manga itself, I'm pretty sure it is a dialogue scene where Gyoro is saying they are heavy, flexible, and fast. In terms of the creature design itself, Orochi looks
Yeah, I mean the cape, right? The overall cape structure is no longer there. If this is supposed to be a one-to-one scene, yeah, there's the structure of Orochi. I think looks way better, and you know it's during the fight. I wonder how that's gonna work out. They try to really simplify the designs because if you look at the arms here too, compare the arm here, right? They kind of get rid of all this different little, you know, vascularity in the different lines. It's obviously going to be difficult to do. They try to simple it down, just add kind of teeth and structures and eyes around it.
Orochi look a bit different in the anime, but it still got the same vibe, still got the same detailing that Murata got in the manga itself.
I don't think if it's the same detailing. I think that, like, again, like if you look at individual lines in the shin, the legs, the separation of different, you know, like the separation of the muscle and the vasculature, this is way more in-depth. But an anime, again, is going to have limitations. It can't just reproduce this.
Big props to Noriyuki Jinguji, the creature design for the season of One Punch Man. Moving on to our next frame.
I think he did a decent job. It's not perfect. I think it's presentable, and I think that they try to figure out how can we work with the limitations we have in the animation department to produce Monster King Orochi. It's not going to be a one-to-one. It looks presentable though.
To Noriyuki Jinguji, the creature design for the season of One Punch Man. Moving on to our next frame, we got Pochi meeting Garo and Tareo. So here, nothing too crazy compared to the manga itself.
Not a fan of the background shading. You know, again, Rover just kind of looks very, I don't know. You can't really make out much more of him. And from what I remember in the manga, I don't think, you know, again, the white and black shading, I don't think they were completely just like obfuscating the design around the darkness. I don't like the shading here, the walls here.
It is literally one-to-one to the manga, so I'm guessing Shinpei Nagai is...
See it right here, right? Rover stands out more. Obviously, the white walls and the black, it's gonna be way more distinctive, right? It's a difference of white and black in the borders, but here it's just gray with black and it's awkward.
Also going to be storyboarding this episode as well with a bit of help from some other people. But again, nothing too crazy, nothing too bad, nothing too good. It's just an okay again.
That pretty much summarizes everything so far. It's just mid.
It is one-to-one to the manga. But yes, overall vibe, it looks pretty cool. Now with that being said, let's move on to the third frame, and it is this pretty good drawing of Garo. Again, a pretty good drawing of Garo.
It's simple. It's symmetrical, it's lightweight, the lines are not that bold, it's very light, the shading is on point, it's good.
Compared to the manga, since the manga only showed a bit part of it, we got a full version of it in the anime itself, which is the bare minimum. Again, a pretty good drawing of him. It kind of reminds me of Shinya Hasegawa's work in the latest episode, yes, episode 4. I'm guessing that he will also be participating in this episode as animation director. I'm not really sure, but regardless of that, a pretty good drawing. And this is really needed for the rest of the episode. Please do justice for the Garo reaction in this episode because there are tons of them. Now
Okay.
with that being said, let's move on to our fourth frame, which is this really cool shot of Pochi. Alright, so here compared to the manga panel itself, we got Garo looking at Pochi. I'm not sure it's going to be a panning shot from Pochi to Garo or the opposite of it, but again, a really cool shot of him. I'm not sure
I wish there was more like smoke coming out of his mouth. I think that the thing that really impresses me in the manga is the steam coming out of Rover's mouth. I'm pretty sure Rover shoots like fireballs and shit in the anime. It's kind of less of that. I see the smoke in the background. I like the red though. The red again makes it way more, it stands out more, right? Compared to again the gray lines that just obscures into the darkness. But you know, the manga, man, it's good. I like the brightness of the eyes. I like the brightness of the eyes and the overall red structure.
if this counts as the quote-unquote disco filter that they've been using, because again, the red, the contrast
blue and the red,
are
yep.
there. But again, it is being used really well, and it makes Pochi looks even more intimidating
Yes.
in the anime. So again, if this is the quote-unquote disco filter that they have been using, it is really well placed. Now let's move on to the next frame. We got this really well drawn
The best
shot
one.
of Gyoro and some rocks behind him.
Bro got arms coming out of his nipples.
Again, compared to the manga, it is 1-to-1, but it's the same thing as the one with the Pochi shot, where there's also Garo there. It is
Where's Garo, bro? Yeah, Gyoro looks way more bigger, right? In the manga. Because you have Garo as like a reference point. It's kind of funny, just kind of covering his cock right here.
again either going to be a panning shot of it, or it's going to be a separate cut. But overall, it is 1-to-1 to the manga, and I would argue that the anime version looks better overall.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just looking at the overall lines. Like, there is honestly more detail in this area in the anime. Maybe not more detail, but definitely like closer to the original detail compared to the other frames so far. I look at this image, I think Gyoro is really well done.
Manga, and I would argue that the anime version looks better overall in terms of the drawing quality. The compositing work is literally godly here. I really love the line work here, the red outline emphasizing the power that Gyoro is using. Again, overall a really eye-pleasing shot. But yeah, this is pretty much going to be a still frame, other than the floating rocks that I'm pretty sure is going to be at least animated or at least moving in the shot. But overall,
I don't think it's gonna be moving, bro. I think this is just gonna be a still frame with the camera going left or right or up and down.
overall, really polished drawing. I love what they're doing with the compositing work here. This episode is shaping up to be one of the most polished one, I hope. But yeah,
I hope so
have
too.
high hopes for this episode.
Me
but at the same
too.
time, I am concerned with the content that they are adapting. So
Because now it's all fight scenes, right? Like, you can't fuck this up. And we've been saying, right? They're saving everything for the fight scenes. Even they're sacrificing the slice of life scene for the fight scenes. So let's see it. Episode 5. And then after this, what's people gonna say? Well, is the Garo versus Rover scene actually that important? It's not. It honestly isn't. There's way more important fights and matchups that's gonna happen later on. So the cope is gonna continue. But if they could give something really good in this episode, considering the amount of action that actually does exist, it would serve as a, you know, just to give us a little bit of reassurance that, like, listen, like, don't worry, we got you covered for the fight stuff. It's not gonna be peak, but it's gonna be good enough.
So let's hope for the best. Right, with that being said, let's take a look at our sixth and final frame of the episode, and it is Saitama brushing his teeth. So yes everyone, nothing too crazy, nothing too bad. It's literally
It's a simple Saitama.
1-to-1 to the manga. But yeah, maybe we will be getting some Saitama suit up. Again, he literally does nothing in this episode as well, other than this particular scene. This is literally the only scene he will be appearing in this episode. So yeah, there's that. Again, 1-to-1 to the manga, and pretty much an indication that Nagai will probably again participate as the storyboarder of this episode. So yes everyone, with that being said, we have already talked about all 6 new preview images that just got released, and I would say this is pretty much the most polished preview images that has been released throughout
Okay.
the season so far, and I'm hoping
I'm just really interested in how Monster King Orochi is gonna be moving. With such a big structure like this, standing still looks good enough, but what about an actual motion?
And I'm hoping that it will reflect on the actual episode's quality itself, that the drawing quality overall will look strong, consistency will be really good, and also the action animation will hopefully please be good in this episode, because there are just tons of stuff that needs to be covered and needs to be handled really well. So I'm really hoping that this episode can nail every single one of it.
Will it be like the ninja fight? Or will it be closer to the pre-animated fight of Garo versus Bug God and Royal Ripper? Hopefully the latter.
And yes everyone, those are basically it. Those are your daily dose of hopium and copium of One Punch Man, but this time it actually looks really polished. But yes everyone, just a few days left before the actual episode airs, and this is where everything will change. Either there's going to be more hate
This changes everything.
on this season.
Nah, they're gonna hate. No matter how good and presentable this episode is, people are going to hate on it no matter what. People do not give a fuck. They don't even want the episode to get better. There's a lot of shitty people that simply brigade and bandwagon because it's simple to get engagement by saying One Punch Man bad. No one actually cares about the product and how it's delivered. They just want to you know, farm the negative engagements. That's it.
Or people are just going to jump on the, oh my goodness, they actually cook with this episode. Either way,
with 0% chance that the people that's hating on this will even understand the differences, you know, in the quality of the episodes or even praise it. They're gonna figure out a way to shit on it no matter what, because that's their agenda. They have no objective opinion or judgment about stuff. They have no actual criticism. All they want to do is shit on it. And you know what? Hey man, as long as you're just doing it for content, who gives a fuck, right?
I'll keep on milking One Punch Man because, well, why not? Those are basically it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you, Carl,
Hey, that's me!
for watching this video as well. Are you watching this video? Maybe.
Whoa. This feels like Doki Doki Literature Club when the character starts talking to me, the player. Not like the character. What? Whoa.
Basically, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you, Carl, for watching this video as well. Are you watching this video? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe watching this video. Thank you, Carl, for watching this video as well. Are you watching this video? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe everyone, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
I was watching Easy Court. Appreciate you for making these, you know, weekly One Punch Man content. We're gonna watch our next video too, hyping up the actual staff list. Right here it is, actually right in the suggested feed. Thank you for the One Punch Man farm. Please go check out Easy Court. Link to the video right there. Go give him a like. Go check out his channel for more content like this, and I'll see you on the next one.